even though we're not even to the 2020 election yet, I mean, heck, we're not even to the actual nominating conventions yet. Nevertheless, speculation is already out there about who is going to be the candidate for which party in 2024. Now, as for the Democrats, we're not exactly sure, right? I mean, if Joe Biden does win this election, obviously he becomes the favorite to be the nominee in 2024. He'll be very old, so who knows? But on the Republican side, no matter what happens this November, it's up for grabs. Trump can't run again. Mike Pence is probably not going to run, and in today's Republican Party, it doesn't look like Mike Pence would even have a shot anyway. So who takes that mantle? Who becomes the Republican frontrunner during the last possible 4 years of a Trump administration or the first 4 years of a Biden administration? Who is going to carry on the mantle of Trumpism and fight back against those dang oppressive Democrats? And according to some Republican strategists in a new Politico article that can only be described as terrifying, the person who fits that bill the most is Fox News host Tucker Carlson. That is, in fact, the name, ladies and gentlemen, that these Republican strategists are throwing out as the early frontrunner for the Republican nomination in 2024. They think Tucker Carlson could be the guy. And here's why. As it stands right now today, Tucker Carlson has the highest cable news ratings in history. Not just highest ratings right now, not just highest ratings this year, highest ratings that any cable news host has ever gotten ever. Ever. And that's terrifying in and of itself because Tucker Carlson's a racist. But he's attracting all the racists to his program. He's also occasionally pretending to be an economic populist. He occasionally pretends to be anti-war, so he does get some folks from the left sympathizing with him on certain issues. Except he's a huge racist, and we shouldn't be sympathizing with him on anything. There is no common ground when you're dealing with people that are openly bigoted. So I'm firmly in that camp of no, it's not cool to go on Tucker Carlson's show. You're not convincing anybody of anything. But I'm also, if other people want to do it, that is their choice. I'm not going to tell them they can't. I just personally don't agree with it. But that's neither here nor there. What is the fact that Tucker Carlson actually could have a fairly decent shot of winning the nomination, possibly even becoming the next president of the United States. And that's something that we need to wrap our heads around right now. Because here's the thing, folks. We, in the progressive media, even in the conservative media, have focused a lot in the last few years on Tucker Carlson's overt racism that he displays on his program. You know, the folks at Media Matters have done a phenomenal job of outlining this, of exposing it, of keeping it out there, of, you know, helping with these advertising boycotts, calling them out on social media. He's lost a lot of advertisers from it, but apparently it's only made him stronger. And since his ratings are still not even 1% of the US population actually watches him, they don't know about it. That's the worst part about it. Even if he had, 3 to 4 million people watching him every night, which he's not quite there yet, you're still talking about what? 1% of the US population? That's 99% of the population that are not really familiar with Tucker Carlson. They don't know about his racism, so he can go out there, run for president, and it's only going to be a small minority of people saying, he's a racist, he's a racist. We got the evidence to back it up. But if they didn't care back then, they're not going to care now. If they don't care about it with Trump, they're not going to care about it with Tucker. That is why any kind of story like this that comes out, we do have to, unfortunately, treat as very serious. Because Tucker Carlson, as Politico pointed out, has not only embraced Trump himself, as many of the other people in the Republican Party have done, embraced Trump. I love Trump. I like him. Tucker is one of the few that has embraced all the policies. And he loves them. Trump is at the point now, as reports have said, he's actually calling Tucker Carlson for advice. He's not calling his old buddy Hannity anymore. He's calling Tucker. So Tucker is also an informal advisor to the current president of the United States, thereby kind of making him heir apparent, at least at the moment. Tucker Carlson is a horrible human being. You know, he can talk about economic populism or being anti-war all he wants, but the truth is this man married into tons of money, the Swanson TV dinner family. He doesn't have to worry about anything. He's a lot like Donald Trump. He doesn't remember what it's like to have to struggle. He has been in the media for way too long, made too much money on his own, married into too much money. This is not an economic populist that is ever going to help out the average American. What he's going to do, just like Trump, run on a platform of racism, say that all of your problems are because of the others, them, those people, whoever those people might be on that time. That's what all your problems stem from, and if you elect Tucker, he'll cure them all. It doesn't happen that way, folks. Don't fall for the lies, and for the love of God, Republicans, come up with something at least a little bit better than Tucker Carlson in 2024.